Hello, and welcome to this full body practice. You don't need any props, so when you're ready, start in a comfortable seated position. Ground into your sitting bones and lift up tall through your spine. Rest your hands over your rib cage. Option to close your eyes to draw your awareness deeper inside. Bring your attention to your breath. And feel the movement of your rib cage beneath your hands as you inhale and exhale. Feel the expansion of your rib cage with every breath in and the contraction of your rib cage with every breath out. Establish a slow, steady, and consistent rhythm to your breath. And strive to maintain this rhythm and this depth throughout the duration of your practice today. So no matter where your body goes, keep your breath as the focal point of your practice. When you feel ready, relax your arms down. And slowly refocus your gaze. Reach your left arm behind your back and catch hold of your right bicep. Inhale, lift the crown of your head. Exhale, release your right ear toward your right shoulder. Soften the muscles of your neck and jaw. Inhale deeply. Exhale, keep the tilt of your head and release your chin toward your chest to change the angle of your stretch. Inhale deeply. Exhale, keep the tilt of your head and turn your chin toward the sky to again change the angle of your stretch. Inhale deeply. Exhale, slowly rise back up and release your hand. Reach your right arm behind your back and hold on to your left bicep. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, release your left ear toward your left shoulder. Relax your neck and jawline. Inhale deeply. Exhale, keep the tilt of your head and release your chin toward your chest. Inhale deeply. Exhale, keep your tilt and turn your chin to face up toward the sky. Inhale deeply. Exhale, slowly rise back up and release your hand from behind you. Rest your hands onto your knees. Inhale, grow tall and expand your chest forward. Exhale, start to make circles with your torso toward the left. As you reach back, round into your spine. As you reach forward, arch your back body and expand your chest forward. Let your breath flow naturally as you circle your spine. The next time you come forward, reverse directions and circle the opposite way. Really exaggerate the movements to warm up all the joints of your spine. On your next inhale, return back to center and lift tall through your back body. Ground your left hand and inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, side bend and lean your torso toward the left. Ground into your right sitting bone and lengthen across your whole right side as you spin your chest toward the sky. Inhale deeply. Exhale, look down and turn your torso to face toward your left knee. Notice any changes in sensation in your stretch. On your next breath, slowly rise back up. Ground your right hand and inhale, sweep your left arm high. Exhale, side bend and lean your torso toward the right. Root into your left sitting bone and reach out through your left fingertips. Turn your chest to face up. Inhale deeply. Exhale, look down and turn your torso to face toward your right knee. Continue to reach out through your left fingertips to release across your back body. Inhale, slowly rise back up. Exhale, cross your ankles and roll forward onto all fours. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Turn your fingers to point toward the outer edges of your mat. And slowly lean your body from side to side, shifting your weight from hand to hand. Option to continue as you are, or to turn your fingers to point toward your knees and rock your body forward and back. On your next breath, turn your fingers to point back forward toward the top of your mat. Gently shift your weight to make circles with your whole body, leaning toward the right, then back, toward the left, and then forward. Start to warm up into all the joints of your body. On your next breath, reverse directions and circle your body toward the left. Tap in with the flowing rhythm of your breath. Return back to your neutral tabletop and lift your right leg toward the back of your mat in line with your hip. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose and round your spine. Inhale, kick back and lengthen. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, curl knee to nose. Option to continue like this, or inhale, reach your left arm forward, and exhale, curl your elbow to your knee. Inhale, reach back out. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. Inhale, reach out and lower your left hand if it's lifted. Exhale, turn your right toes out and release your foot behind your left. Sweep your right arm toward the sky. Tuck your left toes under and root against the floor. Float your right foot off the mat and kick your heel back strongly. Slowly release your foot back down and spin your left knee to face the right. Create a kickstand with your shin behind you. Lift your torso and rise to kneel. Inhale, sweep your left arm high. Exhale, lean your torso toward the right. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, release your hands and knees back down to return to tabletop. Lift your left leg behind you in line with your hip. Inhale, kick back strongly. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose and round your spine. Inhale, reach your leg back. Exhale, curl your knee to your nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, curl in. Option to continue like this, or inhale, reach your right hand forward, and exhale, curl your elbow to your knee. Do this 2 more times at your own pace. Then lower your right hand if it's lifted, and open your left hip. Release your foot to the floor behind your right. Ground down against the mat and reach your left arm high. Tuck your right toes under and press down firmly to float your left foot off the floor. Kick your heel back strongly. Release your left foot down and spin your right knee to face the long edge of your mat. Create a kickstand behind you and lift your torso to kneel. Reach your right arm up and side bend to the left. Slowly unwind and release your hands and your knees back into a neutral tabletop. Tuck your toes under and lift your knees. Send your hips up high into downward facing dog. Option to bend into one knee at a time and pedal out your feet to warm up the back of your legs. Option to sway your hips from side to side, or to shake your head yes and no. Move your body in any way that feels good right now. Then find your way into a neutral position. Slowly walk your feet to the top of your mat. Option to bend your knees. Fold your torso over your legs and hold on to opposite elbows. Gently sway your torso from side to side. On your next breath, release your arms and soften your knees. Slowly round up through your whole spine. Stack one bone over another to rise to stand. Lift up tall through your spine and reestablish your slow, smooth breath. Inhale, reach your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, lead with your chest and fold your torso forward. Option to bend your knees. Inhale, lift your torso roughly halfway up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward and plant your palms. Inhale, step your right foot to the back of your mat. Exhale, sink your hips low. Inhale, step your left foot to meet your right. Exhale, lower your knees. And slowly bend your elbows to lower your torso to the floor. Uncurl your toes and press your feet into the mat. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale, lift your chest up away from the floor and squeeze your shoulders together. Exhale, slowly lower back down. Tuck your toes and lift your torso up. Lift your knees and send your hips up and back into down dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward between your hands and lengthen your spine. Exhale, step your left foot to meet your right and fold forward. Round up through your whole spine and rise to stand. Inhale, reach your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, dive your torso forward and fold, option to bend your knees. Inhale, lift your torso roughly halfway up. Exhale, fold and plant your palms. Inhale, step your left foot back and rise to your fingertips. Exhale, sink your hips. Inhale, straighten your right leg and fold forward. Exhale, bend your knee deeply and plant your palms. Inhale, step your right foot back into plank. Exhale, lower your knees and slowly lower down to the mat. Uncurl your toes and press into your feet. Inhale, roll your shoulders back and lift your chest. Exhale, slowly release back down. Inhale, press up, tuck your toes, and lift your knees. Exhale, send your hips up and back into down dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward between your hands and rise to your fingertips. Exhale, sink your hips. Inhale, straighten your left leg and fold forward. Exhale, bend your knee and step your right foot to the top of your mat and fold. Inhale, slowly round up through your whole spine and rise to stand. Exhale, roll your shoulders back. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold your torso forward. Inhale, lift your torso halfway up. Exhale, fold and plant your palms. Inhale, step your right foot to the back of your mat and rise to your fingertips. Exhale, straighten your front leg and fold forward. Inhale, bend your knee and ground your right hand. Exhale, twist your torso toward the left and reach your left arm high. Inhale, unwind your twist and step your left foot back to plank, option to lower your knees. Exhale, lean forward and bend your elbows into a low push-up. Inhale, flip your toes, straighten your arms, and broaden your chest. Exhale, flip your toes and lift your hips high into down dog. Take a moment to reconnect with your breath. On your next inhale, step your right foot forward and rise to your fingertips. Exhale, straighten your front leg and fold forward. Inhale, bend your knee and ground your left hand. Exhale, twist to the right and reach your right arm high. Unwind your twist. Step your left foot forward and fold. Inhale, rise all the way to stand and reach your arms high. Exhale, release your hands to your heart. Inhale, bend your knees deeply and sweep your arms to the sky. Sit your hips back into chair pose. Exhale, straighten your legs and fold forward. Inhale, lift your torso halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step your left foot to the back of your mat and lift your chest. Exhale, straighten your front leg and fold forward. Inhale, bend your knee, ground your left hand, and twist open to the right. Reach your right arm high. Exhale, unwind and lower your back knee. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, lower your right hand to your back thigh and arch your spine back. Sink your hips low and broaden your chest. Inhale, release your hands to frame your front foot and step back into plank. Option to lower your knees. Exhale, lean forward and bend your elbows, lower roughly halfway. Inhale, flip your toes, straighten your arms, and broaden your chest. Exhale, flip your toes and lift your hips high. Tap in with the slow, flowing rhythm of your breath. Inhale, step your left foot forward and lift your chest. Exhale, straighten your front leg and fold forward. Inhale, bend your knee, ground your right hand and twist open to the left. Reach your left arm high. Exhale, unwind and lower your back knee. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release your left hand to the back of your thigh and arch backwards. Broaden across your chest. Slowly release and step your right foot to the top of your mat and fold forward. Inhale, bend your knees, reach your arms high and sit your hips low. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, lift your torso halfway up. Exhale, fold and plant your palms. Option to step or float your feet to the back of your mat into your low push-up position, chaturanga. Inhale, flip your toes, straighten your arms, and expand your heart forward. Exhale, flip your toes and lift your hips into downward facing dog. Reconnect with your breath. Inhale, reach your right leg high. Exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Root firmly into both hands. Inhale, straighten your leg and square your hips. Option to lower your left knee down. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose and shift forward into plank. Inhale, reach your leg back. Exhale, draw your knee to your upper right arm. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, draw your knee to your upper left arm. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, step your foot forward and place it on the outside of your right hand. Kick your left heel back strongly. Option to move around freely here. You may wish to rock your hips from side to side or lean your weight forward and back. Mobilize your hips however it feels nice. Then roll to the pinky side of both feet and sink the weight of your hips toward the mat. Option to reach your right arm straight toward the back of your mat. Inhale deeply. Exhale, release your right hand if it's lifted and turn forward. Slide your right foot in between your hands and kick your left heel back. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead and rise into a high lunge. Exhale, bend your front knee deeply. Inhale, lift your spine. Exhale, release your hands to prayer in front of your heart. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist toward the right. Option to hook your left elbow over your right knee. Inhale, lengthen your back. Exhale, rotate deeper into your twist. Inhale, unwind. Release your hands to frame your front foot and step back into plank. Option to lower your knees. Exhale, lean forward and bend your elbows into a low push-up. Inhale, flip your toes, straighten your arms, and broaden your chest. Exhale, flip your toes and lift your hips high. Take a moment to reconnect with your steady breath. On your next inhale, sweep your left leg high. Exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Ground firmly into both hands. Inhale, straighten your leg and square your hips. Option to lower your right knee. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose as you shift forward into plank. Inhale, reach your leg up and back. Exhale, draw your knee to your upper left arm and shift forward. Inhale, reach your leg high. Exhale, draw your knee to your upper right arm. Inhale, sweep your leg high. Exhale, step your foot forward to the outside of your left hand and kick your right heel back. Option to move around however it feels nice. You could sway your hips from side to side or rock your body forward and back. On your next breath, roll to the pinky side of both of your feet and sink your hips down. Option to reach your left arm straight toward the back of your mat. Slowly unwind and slide your left foot in between your hands. Kick your right heel back and inhale, reach your arms high as you rise into a high lunge. Exhale, bend your front knee deeply. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, draw your hands to meet in front of your heart. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist to the left. Option to hook your right elbow over your left thigh and apply gentle pressure in each direction to spiral deeper into your twist. Inhale, unwind, plant your palms and step back into plank. Option to lower your knees. Exhale, lean forward, bend your elbows and lower roughly halfway down. Inhale, flip your toes, straighten your arms and broaden your chest. Exhale, flip your toes and lift your hips high. Take a few deep breaths. Inhale, look forward, lift your heels and softly bend your knees. At the bottom of your exhale, either step or lightly float your feet forward between your hands. Inhale, lift your torso halfway up. Exhale, soften and fold. Option to bend your knees. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Straighten your arms and reach your arms' weight up over your head. Let gravity draw your upper body downward. Inhale deeply. Exhale, release your hands toward the floor. Inhale, bend your knees and sweep your arms overhead. Sink your hips low into chair pose. Exhale, release your hands to prayer at your heart. Inhale, shift your weight to the left and lift your right leg. Exhale, cross your right ankle over your left knee in a figure 4 shape and sink your hips low. Straighten your standing leg and rise back up and place your right foot on your left calf or inner thigh into tree pose. Press your foot and your leg against each other. Release your foot and draw your knee to your chest. Slowly reach your right leg toward the back of your mat as you reach your torso forward toward the top of your mat into Warrior 3. Kick back and reach forward with equal and opposite energy. Inhale deeply. Exhale, bend both knees and release your right foot down. Sink your hips low and return to chair pose. Lift your spine. Shift your weight to the right and lift your left leg. Cross your left ankle over your right knee in a figure 4 shape and sit your hips down and back. Inhale, straighten your right knee and rise up to stand. Draw your left foot to rest on your right calf or inner thigh into tree pose. Press your foot and your leg against each other strongly. Release your foot and draw your knee toward your chest. Slowly lean forward as you kick your left foot back into Warrior 3. Kick back with more force than you think you should, and stretch the crown of your head forward toward the top of your mat. Square your hips down to face the mat. Bend both your knees and mindfully release your left foot beside your right. Sink your hips down and return into chair pose. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend your knees even deeper. Inhale, lift your back. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees so deeply that you can release your seat down to the floor. Reach your arms forward and rest on your sitting bones and the tips of your toes. Lengthen your spine. Inhale, lift your right foot off the mat. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your left foot. Exhale, lower. Continue just like this. Alternate lifting one foot at a time, or option to lean back slightly and balance on your sitting bones and lift both legs simultaneously. Draw your shins parallel to the mat and squeeze your legs toward each other. Keep lengthen your back body and lengthen your breath as you hold in boat pose. Inhale deeply. Exhale, release your feet back down to the mat and lean forward to lift your seat and rise back up into chair pose. Option to use your hands to assist you. Bend your knees deeply. Inhale here. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Option to straighten your knees. Inhale, lift your torso halfway up. Exhale, plant your palms, an option to step or float back into your low push-up. Inhale, flip your toes, straighten your arms, and broaden your chest into up dog. Exhale, flip your toes and lift your hips high into down dog. Take a few deep breaths here. On your next inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Inhale, straighten your leg and square your hips. Option to lower your right knee. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose and shift forward into plank. Inhale, reach your leg high. Exhale, shift forward and draw your knee to your upper left arm. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, draw your knee to your upper right arm. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Turn your right toes out and ground your heel. Inhale, windmill your arms out into a T into Warrior 2. Exhale, bend your front knee deeply. Lift and lengthen your spine and three-dimensionally course it in around your waistline. Inhale, flip your left palm. Exhale, lean toward the back of your mat. Rest your right hand on your leg and lengthen across your left side body. Turn your chest toward the sky. Inhale, rise back up and lean forward. Exhale, release your left forearm to your thigh and reach your right arm overhead. Option to lower your left fingertips or hand to the floor as you lengthen across your right side body. Option to release your right hand to your hip or behind you to rest onto your lower back or catch hold of your inner left thigh. Spiral your chest upward. If it's not already there, place your right hand on your hip and look down to the floor. Reach your left fingertips to the top left corner of your mat and lean forward. Slide your back foot in and spring off it to lift your right leg high in line with your hip. Straighten your standing leg and reach your right arm high. Spiral your chest open toward the right and kick back strongly. Look down and slowly and mindfully release your right foot back down to the floor. Straighten both your legs as you rise up to stand and reach your arms out into a T. Lean forward and release your left hand onto your leg or the floor. Reach your right arm high and spiral your torso up. On your next breath, ground down to rise back up and flip your left palm. Lean toward the back of your mat and rest your right hand onto your leg. Turn your chest up. Rise back up and place your hands on your hips. Turn your left toes to face the right side of your mat and slightly turn your heels out and your toes in. Inhale, broaden your chest. Exhale, lead with your chest and fold forward. Release your hands toward the floor. Inhale, lift your torso halfway up and lengthen your spine. Exhale, keep that length as you fold. Option to lean your weight forward toward your toes. On your next breath, lift your torso halfway and ground your right fingertips in between your legs. Inhale, spin your torso toward the left and reach your left arm high. Exhale, unwind and release your left fingertips down. Inhale, spin your torso toward the right and reach your right arm high. Exhale, unwind and fold forward. Inhale, lift your torso halfway up. Exhale, release your hands to your hips and lead with your chest to rise to stand. Turn your heels in and your toes out and bend your knees deeply to sink down into a squat. Rest your hands on your thighs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, dip your left shoulder into the midline and turn your torso toward the right. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, dip your right shoulder into the midline and turn your torso toward the left. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, turn to the top of your mat and release your hands to frame your front foot. Inhale, step back into plank pose, option to lower your knees. Exhale, lean forward and bend your elbows, lower into chaturanga. Inhale, flip your toes, straighten your arms, and broaden your chest into up dog. Exhale, flip your toes and lift your hips up high into down dog. Take a moment to lengthen your spine and lengthen your breath. On your next inhale, reach your right leg high. Exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Inhale, straighten your leg and square your hips, option to lower your left knee. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose and shift forward toward plank. Inhale, reach your leg high. Exhale, draw your knee to your upper right arm. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, draw your knee to your upper left arm. Inhale, reach your leg high. Exhale, step your foot forward between your hands. Spin your back foot out and lower your heel. Inhale, lift your torso and windmill your arms open into a T. Exhale, bend your front knee deeply. Flip your front palm and lean your torso toward the back of your mat. Rest your left hand on your leg and reach out through your right fingertips. Elongate your right side body and keep your front knee bent deeply. Inhale, rise back up and lean forward. Exhale, release your right forearm to your thigh and reach your left arm overhead. Option: to lower your right fingertips or hand to the floor as you spin your chest open toward the left and lengthen the left side of your torso. Release your left hand to your hip, or option to reach your hand behind you to rest on your lower back or to catch hold of your inner right thigh. Continue to turn your chest toward the left. If it's not already there, place your left hand on your hip and look down. Release your right fingertips to the top right corner of your mat and lean forward. Spring off your back leg and immediately kick it straight back behind you. Straighten your standing leg and reach your left arm high. Turn your chest open toward the left. Kick back with more force than you think you should and stretch the crown of your head forward. On your next breath, look down and slowly and mindfully release your left foot back down to the floor. Inhale, rise up to stand and reach your arms out into a T. Exhale, lean forward and release your right hand down onto your leg or the floor. Sweep your left arm high and reach your chest toward the sky into triangle pose. Inhale, root down to rise back up to stand. Exhale, flip your right palm and lean toward the back of your mat. Rest your left hand on your leg and lengthen your right side body. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, windmill your hands down to frame your front foot. Inhale, step back into plank, option to lower your knees. Exhale, lean forward and bend your elbows. Inhale, flip your toes, straighten your arms and expand your chest forward. Exhale, flip your toes and lift your hips up toward the sky. Pause for a moment to connect with your breath. On your next inhale, look forward, soften your knees and lift your heels. At the bottom of your exhale, either step or float forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift your torso roughly halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend your knees and reach your torso and your arms high. Exhale, sit low into chair pose. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend your knees even deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit lower. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees so deeply that you can release your seat to the floor. Option to use your hands to support you. Reach your arms forward and lengthen your spine. Balance on your sitting bones to lift your feet and draw your shins parallel to the mat. Squeeze your legs together and root against your seat to lift your spine higher. Expand your chest forward toward your thighs. On your next breath, slowly release your feet to the floor. Walk your feet to be hip distance apart and plant your hands behind you with your fingers pointing toward your feet. Inhale, roll your shoulders back and broaden your chest. Exhale, press against the floor to lift your hips up away from the mat. Expand and open across your chest and lift your hips high. Reach your tailbone toward your knees. Inhale deeply. Exhale, slowly release your seat back down to the mat. Cross your right ankle over your left knee in a figure 4 shape. Ground down into the floor and lift your spine high. Gently press your chest forward toward your right shin. Option: to stay here. Or inhale, root against the mat, and exhale, lift your hips up high into a reverse tabletop. If you lifted, slowly lower back down and switch the cross of your legs. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Ground against the floor and lengthen your spine. Gently press your chest forward toward your left shin. Option to stay here. Or inhale, root against the mat, and exhale, lift your hips up high into a reverse tabletop. If you lifted, slowly release your seat back down to the floor and release your left foot back down to the mat. Inhale, sit up tall and reach your arms forward in front of you. Exhale, round your spine and slowly, with control, curl and lower your whole back body down to the mat. Once you've lowered, draw your knees into your chest and gently rock your hips from side to side. Massage your lower back out against the floor. Slowly release your feet down to the mat and open your arms out wide into a T shape. Cross your right leg over your left and slide your hips over to the right side of your mat. Option to double wrap your right foot around your left calf. Inhale, draw your knees toward your chest. Exhale, release your legs over toward the left side of your mat. Option to look over your right shoulder or to close your eyes as you soften into the twist. Melt the weight of both of your shoulders toward the mat. Inhale deeply. Exhale, slowly unwind your twist and bring your hips and your feet back to center. This time, cross your left leg over your right and slide your hips over toward the left side of your mat. Option to double wrap your left foot around your right calf. Inhale, draw your knees toward your chest. Exhale, release your knees over toward the right side of your mat. Option to look over your left shoulder or to close your eyes as you melt downward into your twist. Let your shoulders become heavy. Let your breath become full. Inhale deeply. Exhale, slowly unwind your twist and center your hips on your mat. Draw your knees back in toward your chest. Open your knees out wide and catch hold behind your knees. Option to stay here or to reach down to catch the outer edges of your feet and keep your knees bent deeply as you reach the soles of your feet toward the sky into happy baby. You could stay in stillness or gently rock your hips from side to side. Draw the soles of your feet to touch and keep your knees open wide. Interlace your fingers around your feet and softly sway your hips. Then release your hands and keep the soles of your feet touching and your knees open wide as you release your feet down to the mat in a butterfly shape. Rest your hands onto your ribcage and draw your awareness to the flowing rhythm of your breath. Feel the expansion of your ribcage with every inhale and the contraction of your ribcage with every exhale. Start to slow the pace of your breath. When you feel ready, gently release your hands by your sides and stretch your legs down toward the bottom of your mat. Let the weight of your body become heavy. Soften all muscular control and soften control over your breath. Option to close your eyes as you draw your awareness within. Soften completely into your final resting pose, Savasana. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Gently brush your thumbs against your fingertips. Slowly move your toes. Stretch your arms up over your head and point down through your toes. Elongate across your whole body. Draw your knees in towards your chest and slowly roll over onto your side. Softly press against the floor to rise up into a comfortable seated position. Option to close your eyes. Draw your awareness within and take notice of any changes that your practice may have created. Maybe in your body, maybe in your breath, or maybe in your mind. On your next breath, flutter open your eyes and reach your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, release your hands to your heart. Acknowledge yourself for showing up and taking the time to do something powerful for your body, mind, and soul. Take a moment to give thanks for your practice. See you next time. If you'd like to see more classes like this, please be sure to like this video, leave a comment, share this video with a friend, and subscribe.